I never want to see these ever again. Today we are going to do my worst makeup products of 2021. It's really, I need to caveat this with, it's not that deep. When I say they're the worst, like, they're not horrific, okay? They're just more like, I would probably say more like my not so favorite products. Like the products I'll reach for the least in my makeup collection that I brought into my collection in 2021. You know what I mean? Let's just get stuck into the video. Before we do, you know the drill. Let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get to 3K by the end of the year. That would be amazing. And thank you so much if you do support my channel. I appreciate you. And let's get into it. I just really do want to make sure that you guys know that even though I don't particularly super love these products, doesn't mean that you might not love them. Like actually some of these products I know hands down that people truly love. They just don't work for me and my skin type, or they're just not my personal preference of a makeup product. It's just makeup. It's not that deep. I'm not coming for you or your family by like not liking something that you like, that kind of a thing. I promise. Okay, so let's just take this with a grain of salt, have a little bit of fun. I actually have so many foundations. Yeah, I do. I have like 4 foundations. Actually, a lot of these are complexion products because generally, I mean, I guess if something's not going to work for me, it's definitely going to be very easily a foundation. I usually try and get foundation testers before I purchase a full-size foundation. However, when it's a brand new released foundation, I will just go ahead and pick it up and review it for you guys, which is why I've got 4 in here. But normally I would pick up, if it's like an older foundation, I'll pick up a tester first and try it so that I'm not being wasteful or buying something that I don't like, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the first one, let's just get the first one out of the way. Just know I truly love Lisa Eldridge. I truly wish this product worked for me. I really do. I spent my own $88 on this product. I wish it worked. I'm still trying to find a way to make it work, but honestly, I have to try so hard to even get this product to look half decent on my skin that I don't think it's worth $88. And if it was another brand, I would be like, stay away. So I have to be honest with you guys, okay? So obviously I'm talking about the Lisa Eldridge foundation. I feel like if you've watched my review of this particular product, you know how I feel about it. I could not for the life of me get this product to work for me, and I still can't. To get it to look semi-okay on my skin, I have to over-hydrate the crap out of my skin. Like over-hydrate it. And it doesn't spread well. It doesn't spread evenly. I don't know. It gets these like weird dry patches. I tried it after the review. I have tried it with my hands as well. I was like, that's it. I'm going to overhydrate my skin. I'm going to put it on my hands. It's going to warm up. It's going to be great. No, it's still just, I just don't think this particular formula is for me and my skin type. Another product, I can't remember. I'm sure I tried these this year. I don't know if I tried these this year or not, but anyway, we're throwing them in just in case. This is the same as the Lisa Eldridge foundation, and I said this actually in the Lisa video. So this is the Fenty Beauty Skin Tint Drops. What are they called? Easy Drops Blurry Skin Tint. These look so bad on my skin. I see so many people love these and they're in their like favorites of faves. I don't know how or why. But these 2 products perform so similar on my skin. It's not even funny. So I'm guessing there's an ingredient in here that's similar that just my skin does not like. This does not blur my skin. This like settles in my pores so disgustingly. Like when you get up close, the product settles in the pores to the point where you can actually see like tiny little dots all over where my pores are, where the foundation is like settling in. Is that not the grossest thing? And this one does the same. It doesn't smooth. It doesn't add any coverage at all, which I know it's a tint, but it doesn't do anything. It does the weird dry patchy thing that this one does. Like these 2, same complaints. I hate these though. I'll live with this. I'll take this over this. I freaking hate this product so much for my skin. I know a lot of people love them, but for my skin, I never want to see these ever again. That was really aggressive, I'm sorry. So next up is the Rare Beauty foundation. This is in the shade 130, I think. These are too light for me. I wouldn't mind getting a tester for a darker color and wondering if I like it a little bit better. But I will say, I don't love this foundation on its own. It's kind of one of those foundations it's like the Kosas face oil. So if you love the Kosas face oil, chances are you will love this foundation and it will be like a little bit more coverage for you. So if you're looking for like the Kosas tinted face oil, but in like a more full coverage foundation, then you want to get this. You will like it. But for me, I don't mind the Kosas tinted face oil, but I only wear that on certain occasions and it's not like an everyday go-to for me. This one, it's the same where it's like that oily kind of almost sits on top of your skin kind of foundation. And even when you set your face, if you like touch the foundation at all, it like moves around and will have like a finger, like say I did that with like wearing this foundation, it would like leave a fingerprint there. It's also not super smoothing or anything like that on my skin. It didn't make my skin look like better like other foundations do. I have foundations that I can put on and I'm like, oh yeah, there's that flawless filter, whereas like this, not so much. I really, if you saw my Rare Beauty first impressions, you know. Next up is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I am devastated. I wanted to love this foundation so much. I love pretty much, in fact, I think this might be nearly the only Charlotte Tilbury product that I own that I don't like. This is just too matte for me. I wouldn't recommend just buying these unless you're someone that loves a really, really matte foundation, a really full coverage matte foundation, then you might like this, but I just didn't find this was flattering on the skin either. It didn't like smooth my pores, smooth my texture. Like the Uoma foundation really just makes my skin look so good, whereas I didn't find that this did that, but you know, get a tester before you buy it is what I recommend. Let's move on to concealer. Now this first concealer, I want a preference with, one, it's a lot of people's super fave, so don't come for me, and two, again, I'm not saying that I hate this product, but I just really don't find that it works super well for me and I really don't get the hype behind it personally. It is the Dior Forever Skin Corrector. Listen, I bought this because Michelle Wong loves this, first of all. Britt Clark loves Dior. Like so many people especially love this Dior concealer. I don't have that experience. This concealer makes my under eyes look really, really haggard, like proper haggard. And so many people have said that they find this full coverage. I don't know what my definition of full coverage is compared to everyone else's, but I don't find this to be full coverage in any way, shape or form. I really, truly don't. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong with this, but this and my under eyes, they ain't friends, okay? They're on two separate sides of the fence because yeah, they don't like each other. So it's a shame because this product is so expensive, and trust me, I will use this product because it was so expensive. I can't give away something that was that expensive. I gotta use it, but I don't love it. And then there's this product and I hate it, like actually hate it. Do not want it near me. I've kept it for video purpose reasons, but soon I will give it away so someone else can get their use out of it. This is the Rare Beauty concealer. I hate it. Again, this is so many people's favorite concealer. Like I know Ali Glines loves this concealer, and normally I really agree with her recommendations. This looks so bad on my under eyes. Granted, it's like the shade 110 and it is way too freaking light for like even me, like just with anything. It's like bone white, okay? That's my fault, not Rare Beauty's fault. But this looks so crepey. It's drying on my under eyes. It doesn't offer any coverage. It like, by the end of the day, my under eyes looked so bad with this concealer. It wears away. I don't know. I can't get this concealer to work with me. Even mixing it with other concealers like my Makeup Forever Ultra HD or my Lancome Tint Idole, I can usually mix pretty much any concealer with them and they're gonna look good. Not this one. Oh no, ma'am. It's horrific. Hate it. Do not recommend it. Like again, if you find my makeup preference style usually works really well for you, I don't think you'll like this, okay? Let's move on to some face powders that really haven't worked for me this year. I've really branched out in the face powder section. Honestly, I don't need to. I can stick with my Kosas powder for the rest of my life. I'll be pretty darn happy, but you know, for the sake of science, I'll try some more. The first one that I really don't like, I'm probably gonna give it to my mum, but I'm just keeping it around for video purposes for a little while. But I don't get the hype behind this. I kind of do, but it also just goes to show for me that everyone's skin and like preferences and stuff really does come into play with these kinds of videos. All of these videos, it's all really just personal opinion, let's be real here, guys. But anyway, this is the Dior is it Dior Backstage? Yeah, Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder No Powder. Now I have the shade 1N, and part of the problem is that I could have probably used it today actually because I'm wearing a fake tan right now. Part of the problem with this powder is that it is too dark for my everyday kind of skin color. But I just don't get why this powder works so well for other people and yet so horrific for myself. Like, it really doesn't look good on my skin, and I don't know what the difference is, but I've like watched Samantha March use this powder, for example. She's gone through like 4 or 5 of these, and I've watched her use this powder, and genuinely on her YouTube videos, it makes her skin look stunning. It really does. So I was like, okay, well, we'll give it a go. It looks great on her. Oh no, I don't have the same skin as her, clearly, because it does not do the same for me. It really doesn't. So yeah, that's a no. And can someone let me know if anyone actually watching this has this powder and the Chantecaille blurring powder, you know, the one that everyone loves. Can you let me know if they're very similar? Because when I feel this and I feel the Chantecaille blurring powder, they feel like the same consistency, and I want to know if they are before I go and spend $130 on the Chantecaille powder. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to happen at some point, and I want to know if I'm wasting my money already. Can you please let me know if they're similar? I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, so next up is another powder that a lot of people love. And I think I know why this doesn't work for me, but this is the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. Now this is the palette, so this is for fair to medium skin, and I picked this up because I really wanted to try this particular powder, and I liked how it had the 4 different skin tones in here because I could really utilize this all over my face. No. I mean, it doesn't look as bad on my skin, this one, as what the Dior one does, but this is still a no for me, and it will eventually probably get decluttered to my mum again because she loves this kind of, like, she loves By Terry, but I'll keep it for videos for a little bit longer. But I think I know why. My skin really doesn't like hyaluronic acid, like, at all. Like, it really just, it does the opposite. And I have heard from some skincare experts, not just myself, because I'm not a skincare expert, that hyaluronic acid can sometimes just not work for some people. And I'm one of those people. So I think because this does have so much hyaluronic acid in it, it really doesn't work well for me, but I just don't find it actually flatters my skin in any way, shape or form. So yeah, that's a no from me. And then last but not least is the Glowish by Huda Beauty Luminous Pressed Powder. Now I'm gonna caveat this with, like, it's not great, but I can make it work for me, but in different ways. So I would never use this as a setting powder. I know Huda advertised this as like cake face be gone, like, and you know, on her skin I'm sure it looked good, and I know some YouTubers do really find that this works for them, but no, it's not for me. And it's not that it's because it's a luminous powder, it's because it's like this luminous powder that's actually like metallic. So I'm just gonna show you guys. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see it more in my like actual review of this product, but it's like when you put it on the skin, it's almost like the Tin Man on your skin. It's quite odd. So it doesn't, I don't find it to be smoothing or anything like that, but it's not so much even the texture of the way that this makes my skin look. It's the finish. It makes me look almost silver. It's kind of odd. Like, it should more like be like a highlight. So the way that I use this particular product, if I'm going to use it, is I will pick up like a fluffy a fluffy powder brush like this, and I'll just kind of like sweep it over my face just ever so softly, and it will just like add a really, really subtle glow to my skin. And so I like using it that way, and I could probably use it as like a really concentrated, like natural highlight, and that would look really lovely. So I will get my use out of it. I'm not going to declutter this or anything because I do like it for that, but for the actual purpose of like setting your face and what Huda kind of like advertised it as, I don't personally enjoy that way myself. Now the next product is a cream blush, and I'm super sad that this product doesn't work for me. One, because I did spend 44 Australian dollars on it, but two, because so many people seem to love this blush, and the recommendation that I got this from was Andrea Ali, and I love the way that she does makeup, so I'm sad that this really doesn't work for me. But this is the Shiseido Whipped Blush in the shade Chiyoko, so it's the Minimalist Whipped Powder Blush. And I don't know, she talks about this being just like such a cream, like amazing cream blush formula. It was like in her best of cream blushes video, and like it's a cool feeling. I will say that it's like a moussey feeling. I don't know if you can see the kind of texture, and it's a nice color. Like I wanted a bubblegum pink kind of color like this, but I don't know what it is. Like on the actual skin, this just comes out looking really, really patchy on my skin, and I just kind of can't. it just does, I have to really work to get this product like to look good on my skin, which is a shame. So I don't think that this was worth the money. I wouldn't like repurchase and purchase it, and I wouldn't like recommend it for anyone, to be honest, because it is so, I've got pink blush everywhere now, because it is so, it's just funny to work with. I think maybe if you had dry skin or that you didn't like set any of your makeup, I don't know. But even I've put it on underneath powder and it still turned out the same. So yeah, I don't know. I just can't find a way to make this look super amazing. But again, I'm going to keep playing with it because it was super expensive, but don't love it. A setting spray that I hate. And I didn't even really think it was that possible to hate a setting spray. There's only one other setting spray I haven't liked before, and it was the coconut setting spray from Marc Jacobs. And that wasn't the spray itself, that was like the nozzle. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that. Anyway, this one is horrific. Okay, we're being dramatic, but I just don't like it. So this is the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist, I think it's called. There's no, oh yeah, Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. I don't like it. And you can kind of see, I don't know if you can actually see, it's like oily, and I guess that's probably what some people like about it, and you do need to like shake it really well to use it, and that's fine, but I just find this makes my skin look so greasy and oily and textured. Like my makeup could be looking, like I could put it on right now, where I think, personal opinion, that my makeup looks really good right now, I could put this on and 100% it will look disgusting. It really will. It really just brings out all of the texture and everything. It melts away makeup. I don't like it. I really don't recommend buying this at all if you, again, find that my preferences are really well suited to you. I don't think you would like this. I could see someone with super dry skin probably liking this, but I don't know. I think if you have like normal upward skin, I don't think that would work for you. Moving on, we've got the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Eye Primer or Concealer Primer. Now, this one was a super sad one for me. You know I love the Hydro Grip face primer, so I was like, 100% I'm picking this up, it's gonna be amazing. And when you look at the reviews on this like online, some people really love it, and not most people, I don't know. I haven't looked at like the overall consensus, but some people love it and some people really hate it. I'm kind of in that like, I don't love it so much group. I tried this on as eye primer, not so great. Really not so great. Definitely made blending my eyeshadow and just doing my eyeshadow harder. I also tried this on underneath concealer to see if this would make my concealer look better. Oh no. I did one side with this and one side as normal, and let me tell you, the side with this, it looked crepey. It definitely made my concealer crease more than it should. It just looked old and haggard. It was really not good. There is one way that I like to use this particular product, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy this product for this reason, but I do like to use it as like where I put my shimmer, like as like a concealer when you put like metallics down on your lids, like an like I guess like a primer, but I'm not explaining this well at all. I would use this, like say for example, I didn't have this metallic shimmer on yet and I just had my mattes laid down, I would like put this on as like where I'm gonna lay my metallics on top, and because it's so sticky, it does like work really well for that particular reason, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy this for that, because you could just use your setting spray and wet your brush and it's fine, you know what I mean? But I mean, if you really want to, it does work well for that, but yeah. As an actual eye primer or concealer primer, which is the job it is advertised to do, it is not great, I don't believe. That is it for all of the physical products that I have in my collection. I have done recently a massive declutter of my makeup collection, and I know that there's a few products in there that I decluttered that I didn't really think to keep for this particular video. I recommend going and checking out my makeup declutters if you want a more in-depth, like maybe these products aren't really that good, but otherwise these are products that I will keep in my collection to kind of like make work, because they were super expensive, but I wouldn't recommend, like again, can't stress this enough, like all personal preference. Doesn't mean that you can't love these. It just, like, if you were thinking about picking them up and you find that my makeup preferences like work for you, or my like suggestions work for you, then maybe you want to leave these alone. They might not work for you. That's all it is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Is there a product that you've tried this year that you're just like, I don't like it? I don't like it. Let me know down below. I would love to hear that from you guys. That would be super interesting for me. You know, if you're here till this point, I appreciate you more than anything. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.